Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be talking about self-doubt and comparing yourself to others. But before I get started, I'd like to say a few words about the time-lapse painting that you're seeing in the background. This is essentially, it was supposed to be a warm-up painting for a bigger piece. It's featuring my character Oliver, and it's kind of quick. I believe it only took me about 2 hours. And I wasn't too mindful of details and background and all that. I was just having fun with it, and you can't see the entire recording because after I thought I was done, after I think just about 1 hour, I ended up spending another hour on it, so... I'd also like to say that I have a new mic. I used to record from either my Samsung Galaxy S4 or my school computer, which is a MacBook Pro, and the audio quality was varying. So I got a Blue Yeti and it's working amazingly, so I hope that my sound is a better quality than it was before. So let's get started. As artists, we all struggle with self-doubt, maybe even daily, and even the people you look up to the most, they struggle too. So I kind of wanted to make this video to address it and give some tips for, well, moving on from it and handling it better. So my own struggles include the classical not feeling like I'm good enough or not feeling like I'm doing enough. And I have a fear of failure because I have set up goals for myself, and I mean, what if I don't reach them? And I will beat myself up a lot for not starting earlier. And all of these things are so not useful for my improvement at all. It's like, yeah, well, if I'm not good enough, I gotta practice more, and I'll never be good enough anyway. And that's the beauty of art. If I ever feel like I'm good enough, then something's wrong. If I'm not doing enough, sometimes there's a really good reason, like I have limited time because I go to school and I have to travel for quite some time every day to get to and from school, so it leaves me with limited time, and fear of failure is a bit unnecessary since, I mean, I haven't failed yet, and beating myself up for not doing enough in the past, nothing good can come from that since I can't change what I've already done, and the only thing I can do right now is move on and do whatever I can today to get better. And so from my own experience and from watching other people, I believe that self-doubt may come from a place of quite high ambition, and because self-doubt usually comes from setting up goals that you are then scared of not reaching. So I would say the most efficient way, or the best way to deal with self-doubt, is set goals that you will achieve. Set up yourself for success, because that way you will stay motivated. So if you have a goal of drawing just every day, it doesn't have to be good, it doesn't have to be anything, but just drawing every day, that's an easy goal to succeed with, and then you can feel accomplished. So that's one tip, and I think also keeping consistency and routine is also going to let you avoid your negative thoughts, because it will just give you something else to focus on. So make a schedule, a plan for your day, and don't forget to schedule out other things that you want to do, like relaxing or playing a video game or something, because your art doesn't, or your life doesn't have to be all about art, and you don't have to be drawing every second of your life, because then you won't even have anything to draw. You get me? So yeah. But negative thoughts may be there anyway. They may be there even if you do all of these things, and in that case it's more about accepting that you do have these negative thoughts, but don't pay any mind to them. Think of it as encountering someone who just comes up to you while you're drawing and says, "Hey, you suck." I would say the best way of dealing with that would be like, okay. Just accepting that that person is there and thinks that way, but not letting it get to you. Just because that person thinks that you suck doesn't mean that you actually suck, and just because you think that you suck doesn't mean that you suck. And what are these negative thoughts going to bring to you? What are they going to do for your development? It's good to be self-critical, but you shouldn't be beating yourself up and feeding like the negative emotions that you have, because in the end, if you do, drawing is not going to be fun for you anymore. So try to treat yourself with positive reinforcement instead. And negative thoughts may be there, but that doesn't mean you have to... It doesn't mean that you have to listen to them. But honestly, I don't think that you should try to ignore them either, because ignoring these negative thoughts may be even more draining than dealing with them. So I think that you should acknowledge that you have these negative thoughts, but don't dig deeper into the negative thoughts. Don't try to feed them. Instead, try to counter them with positive thoughts. But I'm not saying that you should do this by overcompensating, by being overconfident. So don't look at the negative thoughts and say, I'm the best, so that's okay. Instead, look at the negative thought and think, I'm not the best, but I'm getting better. Okay, so let's talk about comparing yourself to someone else. I believe that there are healthy and unhealthy ways of doing this, and I've seen a lot of people setting goals for themselves to become as good as someone they look up to. In fact, I used to do that too. The unhealthy way of doing this is comparing something they have to something you don't. Maybe they have a big following, maybe they have really cool jobs that you want to be working on too, maybe it's their skill level. While it is completely healthy and even recommended to have role models and people that you look up to and aspire to be like, if your true goal is to be exactly like that person because of the things that they have, then this goal will only lead you to misery, as the goal is not dependent on you alone, and you may even start envying the person. If your true goal is to become as good as or even better than someone else, then you lead yourself into an endless chase after that person. But more importantly, you set yourself up for failure because you will only be a watered-down version of them. A good thing to consider if you feel yourself falling down that hole is, how did they get to that point? Truth is, they were really bad artists once. So what did they do to reach their level of success? Did they draw every day? Did they practice anatomy? Did they do master's studies? What did they do? Also, consider the fact that everyone does a lot of bad artwork. It's just that none of us show it. Behind every polished, perfect piece that the person you look up to created, there are probably 10 horrible drawings that they won't show to anyone. Instead of getting bummed about being on a lower level than someone else, be inspired by them. Look into what practices they do and do them too. Know that them getting to that level that they are at right now is proof that you can do it too, so just keep at it. So those are my thoughts, but what about yours? How do you deal with self-doubt? Have you ever compared yourself to someone else? Leave your answers in the comments and I'll read them and discuss with you. And feel free to leave suggestions if you have any. I'm really open to topic suggestions. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!